Leaves tonight for a trip to the Middle East. His first stop will be Saudi Arabia, where he'll have a private dinner with the king. And then later in the week, he visits Egypt. And that's where he's going to be making a speech that could be key to winning hearts and minds in the Muslim world and repairing America's image in the Muslim and Arab worlds. Jim Acosta joins us live from Washington. So this visit to the Arab world is something that the president has been talking about even before he got to the White House.
That's right. This came up during the campaign, Kira, and the White House says President Obama's trip to Egypt this week fulfills a campaign pledge, but that depends on what your definition of the word summit is. During the campaign, candidate Obama pledged to fix a battered U.S. image in the Muslim world and talked about holding a summit.
One of the things I've proposed is to call a summit in the Muslim world within the first year of my presidency that I would lead and would invite Muslim leaders from all around the world.
Then in 2008, he told a French magazine, "I want to organize a summit in the Muslim world with all the heads of state." The White House now says Mr. Obama misspoke in using the word summit and points to this statement from August 2007.
In the first 100 days of my administration, I will travel to a major Islamic forum and deliver an address to redefine our struggle.
When the president travels to Egypt this week, he says, look for a speech, not a summit.
The main thing for me to do is to project what our values are, what our ideals are, what we care most deeply about.
Whatever you call it, James Zogby with the Arab American Institute describes the president's trip as critical.
Listen, 8 years has taken a real heavy toll in that region. Attitudes have become hardened, and even where there's some hope, it's tentative.
Even though the president has been dubbed by some as the new King Tut in Cairo, polls show Arab opinions of the U.S. are overwhelmingly negative.
You lose your family, brother?
Congressman Keith Ellison, a Muslim who recently toured the war-torn Gaza Strip, argues the president should use some of his popularity in the region to broker a peace agreement between Israel and the Palestinians.
Unless we can convert that capital into some real substantive political change, that it could dissipate. And I don't think we have a long time. I'm glad that this president is focusing, but it's time to really start getting down to business.
The only other Muslim member of Congress, André Carson, who's advising the White House on issues in the Arab world, says the president is making a necessary first step.
You must get a conversation going. We can't make assumptions. We can't be some imperialistic power that forces our opinions down the throats of other nations. We have to open the doors of dialogue.
And during the campaign, Mr. Obama insisted he is up to the challenge. He once referred to his Kenyan father in his childhood years in Indonesia as proof he knows Islam better than any U.S. president. And Kieran, we should point out that during the campaign, the president said he wanted this trip to happen within his first 100 days. This is not happening within his first 100 days, but who's counting? He's got a lot of things on his plate here.
Yeah, some things changed. We got a little busy. Jim
That's right.
Acosta for us this morning. Thanks so much. By the way, for more on the president's visit to the Middle East and the expectation in the Arab world,